Hello guys, my name is Madhur and welcome to my channel. This is the 27th tutorial in the series of tutorials on Unix shell scripting. In this tutorial, we're going to check out the tput command. Now, tput is a very versatile command and it can be used to do a lot of interesting things. If you wish to clear your terminal, you can do that using tput. If you wish to determine the number of rows and columns you have in your terminal, you can do that using tput. If you wish to print your characters in bold, you can do that using tput. If you wish to position your cursor at any location on the terminal, let's say at the 20th column of the 15th row, then that can be done through tput. And there are a lot of other cool things that you can do using tput. So I won't waste any more time. I'll open my text editor and I'll create a shell script that demonstrates how to use tput. So there you go. On the first statement, I'll put in a comment like tput in action. And let me first save this file. I'll save it in my home folder. I'll give it the name ss11.sh because this is the 11th script file in the series. On the next statement, on the next line, I'm going to use tput to clear the terminal, and the way I do that is tput space clear. Isn't that simple? Now, my dollar prompt will not be displayed after I clear my terminal using tput, right? So I'll basically have a blank neat screen, and that's what tput does for you, and it's different from the ordinary clear command that you use in the terminal to basically take the rubbish off. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to use tput to determine the number of rows I have on screen, and let me first do this and then you'll understand what I mean by it. I'll first use echo to display what I'm actually going to display. Total number of rows on screen is equal to, and I'll use the /c escape sequence to make sure that my value is printed immediately after the equal to symbol and not in the next line, right? And then I'll use tput to find that out for me. And the way I do that is by using tput space lines. So this basically calculates the number of rows you have on your terminal, right? And next I'll use echo to display what I'm going to display next, which is the total number of columns I have on my screen. Is equal to /c, and tput space calls. Isn't that simple? So tput space lines will return the number of rows and tput space calls will return the number of columns. On the next line, I'm going to use tput to position my cursor at the 20th column of the 15th row, and it's really very simple. All you have to do is type in tput first and then give a space and type in cup, that's cup, and then you have to type in the row number and the column number, that is where you want your cursor to blink or do whatever it's supposed to do. So since I'm going to do it on the 15th row and the 20th column, I'm going to type in 15 space 20. So 15 is a row here and 20 is a column. On the next line, I'm going to use tput to instruct the terminal to print in bold, and the way I do that is by typing in tput space bold. There you go. And then I'm going to use echo to display a statement to test whether the bold mode is actually active or not. This should be in bold. And on the next line, I'm going to use echo to return to my normal mode of printing, and the way I do that is by typing in the escape sequence or the format sequence /033 opening bracket 0M, that's the code for normal printing, and I'll just type in bye-bye to mark the end of my script. So there you go, my script is ready. I'll save it and I'll fire my terminal, and I'll use sh to execute my script, and the file name is ss11.sh, and when I press the enter key, you see that my dollar prompt does not appear on the very first line. Instead, I get the output of my tput lines command. So the total number of rows on screen currently is 39, and the total number of columns on screen is 168. And on the 15th row and the 20th column, well, this is being printed there, and T is actually at the 20th column of the 15th row. And I don't know how you can check that, but trust me, this is working. And on the next line you have the output of your echo statement in the normal mode. Now if I resize my terminal, that is, let me first minimize my text editor, and if I change the size of my terminal, right, you can see that in the center I'm actually getting the rows and columns. I don't have to use tput to find that out for me. Like over here you can see I'm getting 88 cross 21, and if I enlarge it, then I'm getting 108 cross 24. Maybe it's actually pretty faded. I am not sure if you'll be able to see it in the video, but when you resize your terminal by basically holding on the edges and dragging the cursor, you can see the size in the center. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear the terminal and I'm going to execute the script again, and you can see that now my row and column values have changed. The total number of rows I have now is 22, and the total number of columns I have is 105. So that's what tput does for you. It counts the total number of columns this way and the total number of rows this way. That's horizontally for columns and vertically for rows. So there you go. That's our discussion on tput. In the next tutorial we're going to check out how to use selection constructs like the if else and the if then else, or the if elif, or the case construct to make selections and to branch control from one point to various other points in your shell script. So it's going to be an exciting tutorial, trust me on it. Thank you so much for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Please subscribe to my channel.